What's your name?
Graham.
Graham, where do you come from?
Australia.
How long have you been teaching English, Graham?
Japan? 3 years.
3 years? Where else did you teach?
Back in Australia.
Back in Australia?
I wasn't really like a real teacher, I was just kind of like integration aid, like just kind of helping out like kids with like learning disabilities and stuff.
Right. What have you enjoyed the most about teaching English abroad? Next question?
Next question.
All right.
It just becomes my life, you know. It's like it's just I don't know anything else now because this is what I do.
Right.
So I don't really know what to compare it with.
Right.
I know what I like the most. It's just what I do every day. So
yeah. What has been the biggest challenge about teaching abroad?
Probably the culture with the Japanese, just cultural differences, you know, just kind of communication problems.
Right.
I guess just language, you know, just kind of.
Right. Great. And last question: what advice can you give to someone who's never taught abroad before?
Get a job.
Get a job. Wow.
I don't know. Like, do your research. And, there's lots of jobs out there, so you just find the one that works for you. You know, like there's lots of international schools and preschools and adults, and it's just about finding something that works with what you what kind of job you want. You know.
Right.
If you hate it, probably do something else.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. What's your name?
Bryce.
Bryce?
Yes.
Bryce, where do you come from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. How long have you been teaching English, Bryce?
Almost 3 years.
3 years. Okay. Do you like it?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. What have you enjoyed the most about teaching abroad or living abroad?
What have you hated the least?
time not working.
Time not working?
Living abroad is great, but working is shit.
Yeah. What do you do when you're not working? What's been great?
I don't know.
Very nice.
You just can't put my finger on it. It's like the answer's staring you right in the face.
What has been the biggest challenge that you've had teaching abroad?
Not knowing their language.
Exactly, yeah. I was going to say...
So being completely immersed and not being able to explain, having to explain with pictures and hand movements and gestures.
And what advice can you give to someone who's never taught before?
Learn some of their language.
What's your name?
My name is John.
John, where do you come from?
I come from Ireland.
Ireland. Nice. And John, do you have a favorite tip, game, activity, or other classroom tool you'd like to share?
Favorite tip, favorite game. Let's see. I like playing soccer. You just draw out like a soccer pitch on the whiteboard. And you get one magnet and you use it as a football. And you split the students into 2 teams. And you show some flashcards, and whoever gets it right from that team gets to move closer to the goal and scores a goal at the end.
Nice, great.
That is soccer. And it works great because it's very challenging. It gets them all excited and stuff.
How long have you taught English for?
Since I'm 16 years old.
Since you're 16 years old? Where have you taught English?
I taught English in Spain.
So Spain.
So when I was in high school, I started teaching young kids private lessons.
Yeah.
And so almost 12 years altogether. Yeah.
Wow, 12 years.
Yeah, long time.
An expert.
So to speak, I guess.
All right.
I wouldn't call myself an expert.
Right. What has been the biggest challenge about teaching abroad?
Well, before when I used to teach in Spain, I knew the language of the students that they were speaking. I could explain stuff in Spanish or whatever. But in Japan, it's the same. Like Bryce just said, not knowing the language, not having a clue what they're saying is a massive challenge.
Yeah.
And having to use gestures and try to get your message through only in the target language was quite a challenge.
Right. What advice would you give to someone who's never taught?
Just be over-prepared for your lessons. Just have plenty of materials and backups. So if you're going into like a 30-minute lesson, prepare for like an hour and a half.
Right. Do you have an activity that you use, like for a backup? That's a good activity.
Backup. Good backup activity. Hangman.
Hangman. Right. Hangman.
Although we're not allowed to use it in Japan.
Really?
We're banned, yeah.
You're banned from Hangman?
We are, yeah. Because, yeah, it's a long story.
Okay.
Yeah, we've received emails from our trainers, yeah, banning the use of Hangman. But another good one, I don't know, lots of backups, I don't know, like a spelling game where the kids have to split them into two teams, and they have to race to the whiteboard to write the letter, and then take turns, so they have to end up writing a word. I don't know, that's something I use sometimes.
Thank you. What is your name?
My name is Thaddeus Ribley.
Thaddeus Ribley. All right, where do you come from?
I come from Indiana, the state of Indiana in the United States.
How long have you taught English for?
I've been teaching English for 3 years.
Yeah. In Japan?
All in Japan. 2 years in Hokkaido and 1 year in Sendai.
What have you enjoyed the most about teaching English abroad?
I've really enjoyed interacting with the students and giving them a chance to expand their horizons and communicate with the world.
Nice. See, what has been the biggest challenge about teaching English abroad?
The biggest challenge has been getting the children to stay focused and motivated and looking forward to the future, not just at the present.
Right. And what advice can you give to someone who is interested in teaching English abroad?
You have to come into the program with an open mind and accept the fact that not everybody is going to learn right away, and many people have different methods of learning, so you really have to work to adapt to everyone's style and pace.
Right. Okay. One more question. Do you have a favorite tip, game, activity, or other classroom tool that you like to share?
Favorite activity right off the top of my head is the Who Am I game. It's where you go around and stick a name on each child's back, and they have to go around and ask other children questions about who they are. They don't know who they are, but their partner can. And they go about asking questions like, am I tall? Am I famous? Am I? And so on. And they can take chances and guess who they are.
Very nice.
Very quick activity. It gets a positive response from the students and gets them up talking.
Right. Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.